You gave a presentation. 10 people came to you. 10 people. Great presentation. Excellent. We're so impressed. Then the 11th person came and said, good, but there was a mistake here. That night at home, which comment are you thinking about? The 10 compliments? No. That one criticism. Over and over. Where did I make a mistake? What did they think? Was I terrible? 10 people said great, forgotten. 1 person criticized. Spinning in your head. Here's negativity bias. The brain records negative more powerfully. Positive 10, negative 1. But in the brain, negative wins. Think for a moment. How many times have you received 100 compliments but 1 criticism stayed in your mind? How many times has a beautiful day been ruined by 1 bad event? Probably many times. And today I'm going to tell you something. Why the brain focuses on negative. Why bad is stronger than good. And maybe how you can balance this bias. Let's begin. Here's the truth nobody tells you. The brain is not fair. The brain doesn't process positive and negative equally. Remember the presentation scenario, 10 people. You're amazing. 1 person. There's a mistake here. If brain were fair, 10 positive versus 1 negative. 1 positive wins. You'd be happy. Real brain. 1 negative invalidates 10 positives. You're unhappy. This seems illogical, but it's real. Other examples. Relationship. 10 years of happy relationship, 1 big fight, and 10 years fade. Only the fight is vivid. Work. 10 successful projects, 1 failed project, and 10 successes are forgotten. Only failure is remembered. Day. Having a beautiful day, 1 small bad event, and beautiful day is erased. Here's the problem. Positive is weak. Negative is strong. Now let's talk about a concept. Negativity bias. What is negativity bias? Psychological definition. People process negative information more powerfully than positive information. Bad experiences are more impactful than good experiences. Negative emotions are more lasting than positive emotions. Simply, the brain pays more attention to bad. The brain remembers bad longer. Bad takes up more space in the brain. Roy Baumeister's statement, bad is stronger than good. Baumeister and colleagues did a massive literature review in 2001. They examined hundreds of studies. Result? In every domain, negative came out stronger than positive. In relationships, bad interaction is more harmful than good interaction. In feedback, criticism is more impactful than praise. In first impressions, bad information invalidates good information. In finance, losing money hurts more than gaining money. In health, bad news affects longer than good news. Everywhere, same pattern. Bad wins. Now let's deepen this principle. Bad is stronger than good. How much stronger? Research shows 1 negative experience equals 3 to 5 positive experiences, meaning 1 criticism, 3 to 5 compliments in power, 1 bad memory, 3 to 5 good memories in impact, 1 failure, 3 to 5 successes in memory, not equal. Asymmetric, unfair. Paul Rosin's research, food experiment. They give people chocolate. Nice, they like it. Then they say, this chocolate has a very, very small piece of cockroach in it. You can't even see it, it's tasteless. Result? Nobody eats it. Negative contamination. A small badness destroys a large goodness. Another example, beautiful plate of food. A fly on it. All food in trash. But think reverse, bad plate of food. You put nice decoration on it. Does food become good? No. Here's the asymmetry. Bad destroys good, but good doesn't rescue bad. Now let's ask this question. Why does the brain work this way? Why does negativity bias exist? Answer, evolution. Think of your ancestors, living in the forest. 2 types of information. 1. Positive information, opportunity. There's fruit here. If you eat, you gain energy. 2. Negative information, threat. There's a snake here. If you approach, you die. Now compare. If you miss positive information, Didn't find fruit, didn't gain energy, stayed a bit hungry, but you're alive. If you missed negative information, didn't see snake, it bit. You died. Removed from gene pool. Here's the difference. Positive is missable. Negative is not missable. Evolutionary result. Ancestors who focused on negative survived because they saw threats. Ancestors who focused on positive died because they missed threats. And you descended from ancestors who focused on negative. Brain was optimized for survival, not for happiness. Seeing threat is more important than seeing opportunity, because threat means death. Opportunity means just extra gain. Result? Brain pays more attention to negative. Brain remembers negative longer. Brain processes negative more powerfully. Brain asymmetry. Amygdala versus hippocampus. Now let's look at brain mechanism. Amygdala, fear and threat center, processes negative information. Hippocampus, memory center, records positive and negative information. Research shows amygdala responds more strongly to negative information. Electrical activity is higher, more neurons firing. Hippocampus encodes negative memories more strongly. Negative memories are recorded in more detail. Result? Negative information takes up more space in brain, processed faster, stays longer. Example, beautiful vacation day, happy moments, recorded lightly in memory, terrible event on vacation. Traumatic, recorded powerfully in memory, detailed, vivid. Years later you remember terrible event clearly. Beautiful days? Faded. Here's brain asymmetry. Negative leaves deeper traces. Now let's talk about a famous study. John Gottman's relationship research. Gottman studied couples, happy couples versus unhappy couples. What's the distinction? Result, 5.1 ratio. Happy couples. For every 1 negative interaction, there are 5 positive interactions. Unhappy couples. Ratio is lower. Below 5.1. What does this mean? It means 1 criticism isn't balanced by 1 compliment. 1 criticism requires 5 compliments. Why? Because negative is 5 times more powerful than positive. If ratio is 1.1, 1 criticism, 1 compliment, seems fair. But reality, negative weighs more, relationship is damaged. If ratio is 5.1, 5 compliments, 1 criticism, now balanced. Because 5 positives balance 1 negative. Here's the truth. Positive must be much more to balance negative. This isn't just in relationships. Work. 1 criticism requires 5 compliments for balanced feedback. Yourself. 1 failure, you must remember 5 successes for balanced self-esteem. Life. 1 bad day is balanced by 5 good days. 5.1. Remember. Now let's look at real-life impacts of negativity bias. Impact 1. Relationship damage. Your partner does 10 nice things. Does 1 bad thing. What do you remember? That 1 bad thing. And you complain, you never... But reality? Partner mostly does nice things, but you don't see. Impact 2. Work performance perception. You completed 10 projects successfully. 1 project failed. How do you see yourself? Failure. I'm not good enough. I'm bad. But reality? You're mostly successful, but negative erases positive. Impact 3. Low self-esteem. Every day, hundreds of small successes, but you don't notice. 1 day, 1 small failure, and you feel bad. Negativity bias destroys your self-esteem because you don't see successes. You only see failures. Impact 4. Past perception. You look at your past. What do you remember? Mostly bad moments, traumas, failures, pains, good moments, faded, bad moments, vivid. And your past looks worse than it was. Impact 5. Future anxiety. Negativity bias affects future too. You clearly remember past bad events, and you think, future will be bad too. Anxiety increases because brain focuses on bad. Now, critical question. Why is negativity bias a problem? Answer: mismatch. Brain was designed for ancient world. But you live in modern world. In ancient world, threat was real. Snake, tiger, enemy tribe, death threat. Negativity bias made sense, because seeing threat was survival. In modern world, no death threat, mostly. But brain still acts like there is. Example, boss criticizes. This report isn't good. Brain perceives threat, danger, survival risk. Amygdala active, stress hormones releasing, fight or flight mode. But reality? No survival risk, just criticism, growth opportunity. But brain doesn't know this. Brain perceives every criticism as threat, processes every negative feedback as danger. Result? Excessive stress, unnecessary anxiety, constant defense mode. Here's the mismatch. Ancient brain, modern problems. Now let's look at the cost. What is negativity bias costing you? Cost 1. Happiness. Mostly good things happen in your life, but negativity bias focuses on bad. Result? You feel unhappy. Life seems bad. But reality? Your life is mostly good. It just seems bad because you focus on negative. Cost 2. Relationships. Your loved ones mostly do nice things, but you notice the bad. Result? Relationships tense, complaints increase, appreciation decreases. Cost 3. Self-esteem. You're mostly successful, but negativity bias emphasizes failures. Result? You see yourself as inadequate. Confidence drops. Cost 4. Opportunities. Because bad experiences are powerful, you avoid risk. Last time it was bad, this time might be bad too. Result? You miss opportunities. You block growth. Cost 5. Energy. Thinking negative takes energy. You constantly analyze bad. You worry. Result? You feel exhausted. Energy depletes. Here's the cost. Negativity bias reduces your quality of life. Now, practical question. How can you balance negativity bias? Important note, you can't completely eliminate negativity bias. It's evolutionary, it's in brain structure. But you can balance it with conscious strategies. Strategy 1. Awareness. First step, awareness. Know that your brain focuses on negative. This is automatic, natural. And this awareness gives power, because now you can consciously intervene. Now negativity bias is active. I'm only thinking about that criticism. But there were 10 compliments too. Strategy 2. Remember, 5.1 ratio. 1 negative requires 5 positives. If you received 1 criticism, consciously remember 5 compliments. If you experienced 1 failure, consciously count 5 successes. Manual balance. Because automatic balance doesn't work. Strategy 3. Positive amplification. Amplify positive experiences. Strengthen them. How? A. Think longer. When something positive happens, dwell on it. Think for 20 seconds, feel it, appreciate it. B. Share with others. Something great happened today. Sharing strengthens positive. C. Write. Keep journal. Write good things. Reading strengthens memory. Strategy 4. Reframe negative. When negative event happens, reframe. Automatic thought. Terrible day. Everything went wrong. Reframe. Difficult day, but I learned something, and tomorrow will be better. Not erasing negative, but adding perspective. Strategy 5. Gratitude practice. Every day, write 3 things. What am I grateful for today? This forces brain to focus on positive. Manual override. Research shows gratitude practice increases happiness, balances negativity bias. Strategy 6. Contextualize criticism. When you receive criticism, contextualize. This criticism doesn't represent my entire performance. This is 1 data point, and there are 10 compliments too. Not rejecting criticism, but not disproportionately magnifying it. Strategy 7. Review positive memories. Regularly review positive memories. Look at photos, read journal. This strengthens positive memories, keeps them more vivid in memory. Strategy 8. Manage media consumption. News exploits negativity bias because negative news attracts attention. Terrible event, disaster, crisis. Result? World seems worse than it is. Manage media consumption. Avoid negative news bombardment. Now let's deepen positive amplification techniques. Technique 1. 20-second rule. Rick Hansen, neuropsychologist, says, feel positive experience for at least 20 seconds. Why? Because 20 seconds is enough to encode positive experience into memory. Negative? Automatically encoded. Fast. Positive? Must be manually encoded. Long. Stop for 20 seconds. Feel positive emotion. Feel it in your body. Appreciate it. Technique 2. Triple praise. When someone praises you, triple process. 1. When you hear it, internally note, this praise is important. 2. That evening, write praise, record in journal. 3. Weekend, review week's praises. This triple exposure strengthens positive. Technique 3. Success file, physical or digital file. Put in it, praises you received, evidence of your successes, things you're grateful for. In difficult times, open file. Read, remember. This is positive shield during negative bombardment. Technique 4. Mental contrast. When negative thought comes, do mental contrast. Yes, this was bad, but this was good, and this was good, and this was good. Contrast provides perspective. Now a truth. Negativity bias won't change. It's evolutionary. It's in brain structure. You were born with a brain that focuses on negative. And this can't be changed. But awareness gives power. Tomorrow, try something. When something positive happens, stop. Feel for 20 seconds. Appreciate, record. When something negative happens, be aware. Negativity bias is active. Brain is magnifying this negative. And consciously ask, is this negative really this important? Or is my brain exaggerating? Maybe you'll realize, most times brain is exaggerating. Your life seems worse than it is, because brain zooms in on negative, blurs positive. But you can consciously intervene. You can manually zoom on positive, and maybe you can find balanced view. Here's the truth. Life is neither completely good nor completely bad. Life is mixed, good and bad together. But negativity bias only shows bad. Your job? Consciously also see good. Because good is there. It was always there. Your brain just wasn't letting you see it. If this video made you feel something, don't forget to subscribe. Because what I share here isn't quick fixes. It's deep understanding, conscious awareness, and balanced perspective. Don't deny negative. But don't forget to see positive too. Your brain pulls you to negative. But you can consciously balance. And maybe life is more beautiful than you think.